Praise be to God, who has delivered me from trouble, and has sent his angel to shut the mouth of the lion. And oh, hello there. I didn't expect to see you down here. Hello. I guess this might be a bit awkward. Being thrown into this literal lion's den and seeing the angel of the Lord being here in glorious shininess in this very dark pit full of lions right over there. My name is Daniel. What's your name? I see. May I pertain as to why you were thrown into this lion's den? For example, I myself refused the king's order, King Darius, and I kept praying to the Lord, even though it was illegal for a certain amount of days. It wasn't really Darius's fault, though. He was kind of coerced into doing it. Why were you thrown into here? Oh, yes, that would get you thrown into a lion's den, most certainly. Curious. You were thrown into a lion's den purposefully, and I was thrown in even though I've done nothing deserving. You, a sinner, a criminal, in the pen, were not harmed because I, a righteous man, under the same punishment as you, was thrown in and protected by the Lord. Thus, by my act of righteousness, you, a criminal, were saved, almost as if my righteousness was given to you through a sense. Funny how that works. But I suppose that while we're down here, we have a long time until the sun rises and we'll be set free, because, well, that's whatever the edict ends, and then we'll be free. So I guess for now we'll have to get to know each other better. Like I said, kind of awkward, but I'm sure we'll get along just finely. So, what were your people? Where are you from? Yes. Okay, well, thank you for telling me. I myself am a Jew from the nation of Israel, carried off into exile by Nebuchadnezzar himself. Oh, it's a bit of a long story, really. You see, before I tell it, actually, are you hungry at all? You see, I always carry around here. Yes. I always carry around a spare parchment of dates. So if you're all interested in having a little snack, help yourself. Just lay these out and let's divide them amongst ourselves fairly. Beautiful little dates. Very chewy. Very good for you. I actually lived on vegetables and water for a while. I guess that's where my story begins. Obviously the fall of Jerusalem and the exile to Babylon. To Nebuchadnezzar. I was amongst one of those people, and Nebuchadnezzar issued an order that some of the wisest and handsomest and most aptitude people for learning were to be brought into his presence. I myself was one of them. Just saying, along with me and many others, and some of my good friends. And King Nebuchadnezzar found me and my friends to be the most excelled in the fields. I guess not really proving my wisdom there, but we were chosen and we were given new names: Balthazar, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. And the king wanted us to be healthy and nourished, so he gave us his idol sacrificed food and wine directly from his table, but we were not to defile our bodies by sinning against the Lord by eating such idol food, literally idol food. So we said, test us in this, and the Lord thankfully made the king's attendant very favorable to us. So he tested us for a week, eating only water and vegetables, and we were more healthy and well nourished than all the other king's men. So that's what we kept eating. Vegetables like this date. A little honey would go a long way with these bad boys. But that's just one of my exciting stories. I've actually got quite a few, and I guess we have a long time, so sit back and I'll tell you another one. There's a time King Nebuchadnezzar erected a giant golden statue of worship. And he said that everyone must worship the statue or be thrown into a blazing furnace. And of course, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego refused. So, sorry, I got distracted by the beauty of the angel. Wonderful, powerful, a little terrifying. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego refused to follow the king's edict. So, the king gave them a chance, but they said that even if the God we serve does not deliver us from the blazing furnace and from the king's hand, we will never worship the golden statue. So, Nebuchadnezzar, in his fury, heated the blazing furnace 7 times hotter than normal. But as they threw them in, not only were they in the furnace, but a fourth appeared. And the fourth person in the furnace looked like the Son of God. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego walked out completely harmless. No bruises, no burns, nada. True story. Ooh, there's also the time Nebuchadnezzar's son, the writing on the wall was good. Guess this lion's dead. It's gonna make a pretty interesting story at some point. Let me think. Thank the Lord. He gave me another story. This also involves Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar was the king of kings. He had many kingdoms, much gold, and even the wild animals were submissive to him. But he became proud, and he had a dream of a giant tree flourishing. But an angel came from heaven and cut down the tree, leaving its stump. Now this tree had many branches and beautiful fruit that all the wild animals would live under. And no one can interpret the dream except the Lord working through me. So he invited me into his presence, and I said to him, "Oh, your majesty, if only this dream applied to your enemies and your adversaries," but alas, it applied to him. He was that tree, and he had become proud, and his kingdom was to be stripped for him until he recognized heaven as the true throne. A year later, as Nebuchadnezzar was on his roof boasting, the voice came from heaven and said that his kingdom was taken from him, and he lived among the wild animals for 7 years, until his nails became so long they were like claws, and his hair like eagle's feathers, drenched from the dew from heaven. And then his sanity was restored to him as he looked up to heaven and praised the Lord. Beautiful. And he was restored to even higher honor than when he initially began. Moral of the story: pride cometh before destruction. Solomon was right. Surely you know of King Solomon, the son of King David, the great king. The temple. Oh, we have much to discuss, but I feel as though I've been battling too much. Let us thank the Lord, not only for these delicious dates, and the powerful angel, and our safety, but also for our companionship. Now, I'm sure I have many stories to tell you to fill the hours. But where to begin? Garden of Eden, the birth of Samuel, leading to King David, fall of Jericho. Do I tell of the wicked kings, the good kings of Judah, the Exodus? Perhaps a wise place to start would be from the very beginning. So feel free to sit back, relax, enjoy some days, and we will wait here together through the night, praising the Lord as we discuss his history. So thank you for being here, my friend. God bless. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and without shape, and the Spirit of the Lord was hovering above the waters.